Hi friends, welcome back with new amazing video from Movie Insight. Today I'm going to recap a 2012 drama and disaster film titled The Impossible. Spoiler warning, watch out and take care. Dr. Maria Bennett traveled to Khao Lak, Thailand for a Christmas vacation in 2004. Her three boys Lucas, Thomas, and Simon, as well as her husband Henry, will be accompanying her. They choose the new Orchid Beach Resort, which is located on Thailand's west coast. They're also taking on a tour of the resort's picturesque surroundings, which is led by a hotel guide. The family gathers for supper that night to commemorate an incredible Christmas Eve. They fly hundreds of lanterns after supper while having a fantastic holiday with other tourists. Henry and Maria rouse their children the next morning to receive their Christmas gifts. After that, they sunbathe, play ball together, and snorkel to observe the lovely coral reefs on the beach near the resort. Henry and his children continue their activities by swimming in the pool, while Maria relaxes by reading a book. A powerful wind blasts from the shore not long after, blowing away a piece of paper that Maria was reading. At the same moment, the area is inundated by a large Indian Ocean tsunami. Maria thankfully manages to cling to the tree while yelling for aid. After a while, she notices Lucas not far away, screaming in terror as he's swept away by the water. As a result, she lets go of her grip and swims to Lucas, despite the fact that she has a bruised chest from being hit by a tree limb. Lucas also lets go of his grip, allowing them to finally congregate on a bed. Regrettably, they're forced to part once more when another wave breaks on the beach. After the tsunami passes, Maria and Lucas escape from the swirling water and find each other. Despite Maria's grievous injuries, they attempt to travel ashore in search of assistance, but no one is available. Lucas advises climbing one of the large trees nearby since he's scared about another tsunami wave. But first, Maria hears the cry for aid of a toddler. Daniel, a toddler, was ultimately rescued from the debris. While waiting for aid, they struggle to climb a large tree together. To cut a long story short, the water gradually starts to retreat. Houses were wrecked, trees were uprooted, and many lives were lost as a result of the tsunami. Fortunately, they're quickly discovered by locals who cure their injuries and replace their clothing. Maria is overjoyed and expresses her gratitude. They're then driven to a hospital in Takuapa where they are treated. Meanwhile, because Lucas is only interested in his mother, Daniel gets separated from them during the journey. Lucas encounters a lot of individuals in the hospital who have been gravely hurt by the tsunami. As a result, he seeks out his mother, who has been escorted to a treatment room. Maria is shivering, so Lucas tells her to take antibiotics. Fortunately, a doctor appears out of nowhere to heal her injuries. Maria encourages Lucas to assist others identify their family members after regaining consciousness because she sees all the doctors and nurses at the hospital being very busy taking care of all of the wounded. Lucas is first hesitant because it means he would be alone with his mother, but after Maria assures him that she will be alright, Lucas agrees. He then stumbles out of the room, perplexed, and runs into a dad looking for his son. Lucas agrees to assist him and searches the hospital for the youngster. But it turns out that a lot of other people want his help finding their missing relatives, and he has to jot their names down in a little notebook to keep track of them. He ultimately discovers the youngster who's the son of the first person he met after a long search. He then tells the boy that he's going to call his father from here. After all is said and done, the two of them are overjoyed to be together. As a result, Lucas recalls his mother's condition and returns to the room. His mother, on the other hand, is not in the room. Lucas is concerned particularly because his mother's condition has not improved. Furthermore, her bed is taken by yet another casualty, adding to Lucas' anxiety. A nurse then calms him down and transports him to a child's shelter. She inquires about Lucas's identity in order to locate his relatives. Henry and the two younger sons, on the other hand, have made it through and are staying together in one of the beach hotels. He then convinces Thomas and Simon to join the local relief crews and seek sanctuary in a mountain shelter. Meanwhile, Henry stays behind to look for Maria and Lucas among the wreckage of the resort. Thomas initially protests to be separated from his father, but Henry gradually explains to him that he must be able to care for his younger brother and seek refuge in a safe location until their father catches up with them. As Henry continues his hunt on his own, he trips over the rubble, injuring himself much more. Thankfully, he gets picked up by a passing motorist and transported to the nearest bus stop with the other survivors. When Henry and the other survivors arrive, they tell heartbreaking stories about the disaster that befell them. Because communication facilities were scarce at the time, they were unable to reach their individual families. However, a European tourist named Carl, who has been separated from his family as well, loans Henry his cell phone so that he might contact his folks in England. Henry conveys his sorrow and assures Maria's father that he would search the world for his family. As a result, Carl agrees to follow Henry in a search for Maria and Lucas, as well as his own family, who were on the beach when the tsunami struck. When the nurse returns to Lucas, he's escorted to examine the dead woman's jewelry, which most likely belonged to his mother. He's transported to a room and reunited with his mother, who has been relocated to a private room in the ICU. Because he cannot identify any of them, Maria's medical record was mixed up with someone else's, so the nurse apologizes. Maria needs surgery for the wound on her chest as soon as possible. But Lucas meets Daniel, who has been reunited with his father while waiting for his mother at the hospital. He's delighted to learn about this and wishes to inform his mother. Maria, on the other hand, inquires about the status of her leg wound. As a result, Lucas informs the nurse that his mother's injuries are worsening. The nurse tries to soothe him by assuring him that they would do their best and that Maria will be operated on soon. Meanwhile, Henry and Carl are searching for their families in various locations but have yet to locate them. They eventually arrive to Takuapa Hospital, but the driver only gives Henry 5 minutes to locate his family before taking them to another shelter. Carl also hands him a sheet of paper with the names of his relatives on it, in the hopes that Henry would be able to locate them as well. Lucas spots his father from afar while searching for drinking water for his mother while Henry looks for his family. He runs after him right away, but he's already late because Henry has returned to the car. Simultaneously, a vehicle carrying Thomas and Simon arrives outside the hospital, and the boys disembark to allow Simon to urinate. Lucas, who's still chasing after his father through the throngs outside, becomes despondent and cries as loudly as he can. His scream is unexpectedly seen by Thomas and Simon, who are about to return to the car, and they're reunited. In addition, their father discovers the three of them together. After that, Lucas informs them that Maria is in the hospital and that she's preparing to have her leg operated on again. They rush to her room when Henry reassures her skeptical wife that she would recover quickly following the operation. The nurse approaches Henry's family and informs them that Maria is ready for surgery. Maria's family also accompany her to the operating room, where they continue to support her. Maria, on the other hand, is becoming more enthused after witnessing another patient's determination to live. She has flashbacks of how she became hurt and how she surfaced from the sea while the anesthetic puts her to sleep. Lucas informs Henry that he has something very essential to tell his mother when she's undergoing surgery. They too are waiting patiently for the operation to go well, even if it means sleeping outside. The day after the surgery, Henry informs Lucas that they will be returning home. The family travels to Singapore in an ambulance plane so Maria can continue her medical care. They eventually meet with a representative from their insurance company who tells them that everything will be taken care of. But Lucas notices a slew of individuals outside the hospital poring over patient lists. Lucas later informs his mother that Daniel is secure with his father. Maria is proud of him for doing good for everyone around him as a result. She glances out the window as the jet takes off at the turmoil that has been left behind in Thailand. We hope you enjoyed our video from today. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel to receive notifications of new and interesting videos.